Peace, my beautiful souls. So, this rising during meditation, I was guided to do an oracle reading for you guys. I just pulled the cards. Also, I want to start off by saying, for one, I haven't been doing readings in a long time, tarot or oracle. This is my first oracle reading in like months, and I will never contact you first for a reading. I'm not even doing like personal readings right now. I haven't been for a few months. So I'm just saying this because there's a lot of pages that scam and they message you asking if you want a reading and they charge and all this stuff. It's not me. I will never message you first for anything, and definitely not to give a reading, definitely not to ask for any money, anything along those lines. So disclaimer, make sure you pay attention to the ad names. Okay, so I pulled 3 cards. The first one says, setting limits is a good idea. It's important to remember that you cannot please everyone and fight every battle. It's crucial to allow those around you, whether you're young Ren, parents, partner, family, or friends, to take responsibility for their own lives. Taking on too much responsibility can lead to resentment, exhaustion, and hinder the growth and evolution of those you care about. Instead, express your feelings of annoyance in a healthy way and avoid poisoning yourself with repressed emotions. It's better to apologize for a poorly expressed annoyance than to suffer from a buildup of emotions. Set clear boundaries and communicate these limits to others. Let them know that you will not tolerate. Let them know what you will not tolerate and ask for respect when they cross these boundaries. Remember to talk to your inner young Ren, who may feel the need to please everyone for the sake of being loved. Remind them that they deserve unconditional love, that they are worthy of unconditional love and should not sacrifice themselves for others. When you disagree with someone or something, process your emotions before approaching the person. Come from a place of love and compassion and explain how their actions or omissions make you feel. Define the limits that are necessary for your happiness and communicate them clearly. So when I was asking for guidance this rising, in my meditation, it wasn't only for you guys, it was for all of us together, things that we would need to hear and a good way to approach you guys with that. And for me personally, this is coming at a good time because I'm still, working on setting my boundaries, especially with being afraid how people would take it, how they would view me and stuff, but knowing that it is important. And the part where it's saying, I forget so fast, but basically that they need to take responsibility for their own lives, right? When we suppress our emotions and don't tell people certain things just because of how they may react or how they may have reacted in the past, we really do hinder their growth and our own growth, because if you are allowing somebody to do the same things over and over and over again, you don't give them space to change, just because you might think, oh, they'll never change. And even if they don't change, that's also not your responsibility either. But the way they react to you setting boundaries is also their own issue, their responsibility. But it is your responsibility to protect yourself and set those boundaries, set those limits, and express when they are being crossed, because like it said, you're literally just going to have all those emotions building up, and then one day you might explode, or you might be the type of person to just separate and not say anything. Not saying that that's wrong, because I do that still too, but I'm also trying to get to a point where even if I feel like it would be a waste of time, I clearly communicate like why I'm no longer talking to the person or anything, because once again, it gives them space to grow in a way if they allow it, and also it's me opening up my throat chakra. It's me speaking up for my inner young Ren when I was once told like don't talk back or don't say this or don't say that. I'm speaking up for myself. I'm letting myself be free in that perspective, if that makes sense. Okay, that's all for that one. The next one says, your response is your power. Life is filled with events that may seem beyond our control. Despite the fact that everything happens for our ultimate good on a higher level and that we have agreed to everything, at times we may feel powerless in the face of these circumstances. But there is one thing we can always control: our response. By training ourselves to see the glass as half full, we can learn to react positively to any situation. Although our initial reactions may be beyond our control, We have the power to decide how long we choose to stay with these emotions. We can adjust our reactions, determine how we feel about what happens to us, and choose to view even the most challenging circumstances as opportunities for growth. So instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, we can choose to reframe our perspective and view the situation as an opportunity to become even stronger. Write the positive and empowered way to look at a circumstance that afflicts you and turn it into an opportunity to master the situation and benefit from it. Once again, this is really good for me personally, anyway, because lately I've been feeling a lot of feelings and emotions of anger come up, and I'm like battling with myself to not like just respond and react to the anger, and trying not to sit in the anger and stuff like that, because it really is in our power, the way that we respond, the way that we choose to analyze these emotions and feel these emotions and express them, you know. And the part of, so instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, screams to me a lot, because I also am in a point in my life too where I try my best to take myself out of victim mode. If I'm enduring some type of situation that's uncomfortable or makes me sad or angry or whatever, I try my best to look at it as a learning opportunity. There's something there that it's teaching me, you know, even if it doesn't feel so good, it's for my higher good, like it says in there too. And I do believe also that we did choose all of these obstacles and trials and tribulations. I believe we chose them, these traumas and all that, before we incarnated in this life to rise us up and illuminate our minds and enlighten us and connect us to our highest self, connect us to the Most High, connect us to our guides, you know, search for that deeper fulfillment, that deeper inner knowing, if that makes sense. So yeah, and sometimes if we let ourselves just respond out of ego or respond solely based on our emotions, we don't allow ourselves to see that, we don't allow ourselves to see past that, and we do put ourselves in victim mode, then it's just like, oh my God, why? And not a why in the perspective of you're actually trying to understand why. It's just why, like, why is this happening to me? It's not fair, like, why me, type of thing, you know. And those are two different things. It's important to ask why, it's good to ask why, but are you asking why because you actually want to know and you're trying to see what it is that it's trying to show you, the situation, the circumstance, whatever it is, the emotion? Or are you asking why because you're just like, this is not fair, why is this happening to me, I'm a good person, blah blah blah, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, okay, I think that's all for that one. And okay, both of these, let me just wait. Okay, the last one is act first, the right path will eventually appear. Don't let the fear of the unknown keep you from pursuing your dreams. Life is full of uncertainty and risk, but in those moments of stepping into the unknown, we truly discover ourselves and what we are capable of. So embrace the courage and bravery within you and take the first step, no matter how small it may seem. Remember, the road to success is rarely easy, but it's always worth it. And if you're feeling unsure, just know that if someone has accomplished what you're striving for, then you can too. And if you're the first, you'll be an inspiration for others to follow. It is impossible to avoid the uncertainty of life, since its nature is unpredictable. If it were predictable, it will no longer be considered life, and anyone, even a robot, could do what we do. So start now and be grateful for every step you take towards the future that you want. Again, this is coming from me for perfect timing. Sometimes I overthink my goals and dreams to the point that I stay stuck and I don't even start them, because I'm like, what if it doesn't work? What if it takes this long? Or what if it's not received how I wanted to receive? Whatever the case may be. Or what if I just can't complete it? So I don't even start because I'm freaking myself out, you know? And I think it's important, I like to say, to like feel the fear and do it anyway. Like, don't let it stop you, don't let it limit you from whatever it is, saying that thing, doing that thing, living that dream, going to that place, whatever the case may be, you know. Like, we get so stuck in fear sometimes to the point that we let it immobilize us, and it doesn't do nothing good for us to have that fear and not move, you know. It's fine to have fear. Fear is a normal emotion, especially if, let's say, like your root chakra is imbalanced. And I don't want to say normal, because then we would normalize it and be like, it's okay, it's normal. I trust you get what I'm saying though. It's normal as in it's an emotion that comes up, okay? And it's not bad or good, it just is, you know? So yeah, I think it's important to feel that fear and do it anyway. And sometimes we push things off. And once again, I'm speaking for my own self also. 10-10 on the timer. And 10 is important today. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I do it to myself, like, hold on. Okay, so I was saying sometimes we just push things off to a later date. Like I'll say, oh, I'll start this time, or I'll start when I do this, or I'll start when I finish this. And in reality, I'm just scared to start in the first place for whatever different reasons, you know? And so, yeah, when specifically in meditation was asking the Most High and asking our guides, like, what do we need to hear for right now? Like, to help us connect with our highest selves more, to help us connect with you more, to help us, you know, like really stand in our path and our power and let go of any energies that are, you know, keeping us stagnant. So these are what came out, and I said it again before I shuffled the cards, like what the intentions were for us that I wanted to get out of the reading, out of the video. And at first I saw myself saying, like, again with the emotions that came up, which I think why this your response is your power card came out, because I know that the emotions lately have been coming around like really strong, and not to say negative emotions, but things have been a little hard, like emotionally things have been coming up and stuff for me personally, 111 on the timer. So I'm sure like within the collective it's also that way. And me, I've been like beating myself up about it and stuff like that, like feeling like since I've done so much work I shouldn't be feeling these things. And it's funny because I saw a video come up from me last year today, and I posted on my story saying like we're going through a lot of shifts and ascensions right now, and so it's normal if these old emotions are coming up, if you're feeling like more emotional, crying more lately, or whatever the case may be. But I was saying like make sure you be graceful and compassionate with yourself, like don't beat yourself up about it. It's not that you're moving backwards. And for me personally this time, like I said, it's a lot of anger and me feeling like it's hard to like respond to my anger. So anyway, in the video I was saying, and what I was thinking during meditation was to tell us like these things are normal again, and then we're purging right now also. And I've known I've been purging for the last like at least like a week, but this time it feels really heavy, like really hard. It's been hard for me to cope with it. And again, I think because sometimes like I really am so hard on myself, thinking I should be like I shouldn't react to things. But it's, if you get what I'm saying, like, but it's valid. Like these emotions once again are not bad or good, like fear or anger, anything like that. The importance is in the way that you let yourself respond to it. And I have to be like more compassionate with me now, like my inner young Ren, my raging teenager, all of that, and you as well. Like it's important for us to feel these feelings and not like make ourselves feel bad about them, because they are just natural feelings and emotions. And you know, and even the way I respond to it, sometimes I beat myself up a little, but I'm still learning and I've come a long way. And that's also what I was saying in the video from last year, like congratulate yourself on your journey, because I'm pretty sure you're a lot farther and a lot different than you were this time last year, or maybe even a few months ago, in the way that you respond to things, the way that you handle things. So yeah, it's really important. And I said 10 was an important number because 1010 came up, and then today I'm also later going to be making a video about our happy 10K. But number 10 in the Supreme Mathematics is knowledge cipher. So for me to again one full year later be reiterating these things and trying to again like embrace them, taking it full circle and putting it into action is really important and no coincidence to me. Especially, like I'll say it again in the next video, but like I've been wanting to make the happy 10K video for about a week, and things kept happening, I couldn't make it. But I again trust into a divine timing and no coincidence that today I decide to do I'm deciding to do the happy 10K video. But it's also, I saw that 1 year video before I decided to make that video. So again, full cipher, full circle, knowledge cipher, like putting all that into play, like I said, and just being reminded of all the knowledge and wisdom I gained from then to now, if that makes sense. and then seeing 10:10 while recording this is just confirmation for me. But well, the video previous, but it's all gonna be the same one. Okay, anyway, well, actually no, because anyway, TikTok cuts me off 10-minute cap. Okay, that's another one, another confirmation. But anyways, yes, okay, I'm going way off topic. That's it for this reading. And for me, like, the overall message is, again, like, just be patient with yourself, be easy with yourself, know that it's normal for certain emotions to come up, but you overall, you have the power of how you control it. You have the power of how you respond to it. You have the power to start or stop your dreams, pretty much, you know, like, in spite of the fear or despite the fear, you can do it anyway. You have the power to create your own reality and learn to use your emotions to benefit you, as in, once again, learning from your anger, your sadness, your depression, whatever emotions you might be feeling, like feeling lonely. You have the power to learn from that and use it for your higher good, your greater good, and remind yourself there's a reason why you're here, there's a reason why you came here, and let these things be a teacher for you. You get what I'm saying? Let yourself feel those feelings, feel the uncomfortability of those feelings, because there's power within that. When you go to avoid, not to say that it's a sign of weakness, but you're not wanting to feel that because you think you can't handle that pain, you think you can't handle that uncomfortability, but you can. You have the power to do it, you have the wisdom to do it, you have the knowledge to do it. Sometimes we just gotta dig a little deep and ask for guidance, ask for help from the Most High, from our guides, from your inner self, from your highest self, because the help is always there. Your guides are always there, even when it doesn't feel that way. And yeah, sometimes when I feel like I really feel disconnected, I just pray, talk, and ask, like, let me feel your presence, let me feel you. If I feel like I personally don't have the strength in that moment, but even you asking for it and wanting to learn, that shows a lot of strength, because you could just ignore it. And once again, not to say that makes somebody weak, it's just you're thinking you don't have the power to do it. If you get what I'm saying, you think you don't have the strength, but you do. Okay, I think that's all. I love you. I'll see you soon.